So welcome to Carp TV. We're over at Loggies Lake down near Canterbury in Kent. We're fishing on the Reed Lake, having a little challenge today. So it's me versus James.
Two big guns. Two big guns of carp bolt.
Yeah. So get that coin out.
Get the coin. So
give us
tails I win. Heads he loses.
Let's see what we're going to get.
Right, ready? Ooh,
Tails.
Oh, we're gonna go. I think I might start down this end.
Down in this first corner, yeah?
Oh,
mate.
It was a bit of a challenge for us getting here this morning. We pulled up down this lane and managed to get quite safe. There's a great big tree right across. So luckily Rich had a nice saw in his van. Cut the tree up, didn't we?
Yeah,
and,
cut the tree
now
up.
we're in now, so I'm going to get some rods out, have a little look round, and
hopefully get a few carp and not too many bream.
Yeah, see what happens. Right, see you in a minute, guys.
Let's go and get the gear out of the car. So we just done the draw. James unfortunately came out first, so he's gone in the fancied swim in the corner where we saw a few fish when we first arrived. When I was doing the walk around earlier though, there's some reeds out in front of here and I noticed a few of them were knocking gently, so I'm pretty sure there's a few fish in the area. Plus there's some really nice snaggy margins along here and there's a bit of depth just down the edge, so I think that there'll be a few fish patrolling up and down there. And I've heard from a few of the locals as well that the bigger fish tend to come out from this end of the lake. So I've come down here, I'm going to not play maybe the numbers game, which James would do up in that corner, but hopefully I'll get the bigger fish. And hopefully we'll get enough weight down here. If not, we're up and move.
Well, as you've seen earlier, me and Rich are just drawn for swims. I actually drew this down the bottom end here, where the sun's actually hitting these rushes first. I actually walked around, just dropped a couple little boilies in, not gone mad, a couple little boilies, so if any carp come along, they gently, go along and pick them up. As I was walking around there, just crumbing up a couple little boilies, I actually spoke to a couple of carp in the rushes. So I'm just setting up a little, just a D-rig like that, size 4 hook. Little waft on the end there, so I'm just going to underarm flick that at the moment. I've done a couple of practice casts with a lead, flicked it over, so hopefully get it in with minimal disturbance, get this one rigged up now, and hopefully get one out before Rich does. That's the plan. That's more like it. Nice. Nice little drop as well. Sink that line down. Do this clutch up as well, fishing up against rushes. Set the dealt him on. Right, let's set me net up. Let's set me net up, innit?
So I've literally just had a look in the snag just down the bank from here and seen a couple of dark shadows milling about underneath the snag. So it's a little bit close quarters. So what I'm going to do is set up a little lead clip, little short hook link and probably a little PVA stick, and I'm going to try and lower it in as close as I can to them, and try and nick an early bite if I can. Just try and get this sorted out quickly. Always have pre-tied rigs already set up, ready to go. Do them loop on, loop off, especially for little waters like this. If you're expecting a few bites, makes it easy to quickly change your rig. It's just a little size 6 curved shank with a little kicker on there, and I hand sharpen them as well, so they're proper razor sharp. This time of year the fish are moving really slowly about, and you want that hook to be mega sharp so that if they even just touch it, it pricks them and that lead digs home. So I'm using quite big leads. I tend to use big leads in general. Got a 4 ounce flat pair. And I got that on a little Corda tail rubber and lead clip. Just remember to wet it so it pops off nice and easy. And that's how it ends up. Got a little washed out pink barrel wafter I make myself in my winter fishing. Been using these for years, do really well on them, and I've done well this winter on them. I have them already pre-done on swivels, so I don't have to mess around tying them up on the bank.
Well, I've just got one rod out to them rushes there. Just quickly got one rod out at the moment. I've obviously my kit, still got my kit all in the swim. Just going to get another rod out and contemplating where to put next one. Just scanning the water at the moment, see if I can see any signs of any fish. Wind's trickling in here at the moment. Obviously sun's beating, as I said before, the sun is beating down in this area, so it does look really good. Just have a little look at the moment and get another rod out. Don't know where to put one down sort of this margin, maybe one in open water. Or I might even put one up against these rushes, so I've got both angles covered. So if any carp creep along that margin, or come around this side of the lake, I can hopefully intercept one or two. So I'm just going to get another rod out now, and I'll show you. I might stick a PVA bag out that one, tie one up. So I'll come back to you in a minute. Well, I've just clipped out there. There's a little bit of weed around them rushes, and actually just found a nice little hard spot. So I'm going to give that a little try on one rod. It looks like a good little sort of interception point around them rushes. Obviously, all carp love rushes all times of the year, so especially in the winter months, use a bit of a holding area. So I'll tie a bag up now, dry this off, and get it back out on the spot. See what that sneaky little Richie's up to. Well, I've just tied up that really small compact PVA bag. You see, nice and tight. Obviously, always tuck, as I said before, always get these corners, sort of pull them right in. Don't be too frightened to pull them in. Just going to jet this bag now. Feel where it would go. Don't go too mad with it, just a little bit of attraction. Obviously, on a cold winter's day, just trying to nick a bite. So I've clipped that up now. Get this one out, and hopefully produce a fish. Well, I've sort of just wrapped out to my spot. Just going to wet the line, wet the rings. Line myself up for the corner rushes where I was obviously dropping the lead earlier. There's a little bit of weed there, so I've got a bag on. It's not nothing too heavy. It's got a little bag and it's only a little flick over there as well. Hopefully get in there first time. Just come back. Line myself up. That's it. Bang on it. Well, I've just got that bag nice and tight in rushes. Just setting the line down there. Obviously don't want to move the lead at all. Keep it line nice and slack for the minute. Sink that line down. So I'm going to raise the back of my rod up there. Let's get this line down under the water. Take a little bit of slack out of the line. With the bobbin on. See. Tighten them clutches up. That's it, good to go. So I've just clipped up to my spot with just a bare lead. Obviously I did catch a bit of overhang over there, so luckily I just had lead in it. I just pulled that out. What I was like to say as well, when you're actually bag fishing and you're casting out and you're hitting the clip, as I hit the clip I tend to lean the rod forward so it then drives it under the snag. Obviously the bait's in a bag, so you're trying to cast as tight to that snag as you can. If you're hitting the clip and then pulling down and feeling for a drop all the time, you're actually pulling it away from the snag. So if you actually want to fish tight to snags with a bag, you know, if there's any sort of debris down, any leafage or anything like that, with a bag you can hit the clip and then follow the rod in and then unclip it, so it's bang where you actually want it to go. So obviously that's just a little tip. Like obviously, you know, you cast out, most people I'll see while watching, they hit a clip, they pull back and then they fill it down. Obviously you want to feel for a drop, but with the bag, you know, I've had a few goes over the lead and it's actually coming back pretty clear, so now I can literally just drive it in there a little bit. So I'm going to just whip this one up now and get it back out there.
So when I'm on little intimate waters like this, it's really important to make sure you clip tuck quite often really tight to reeds or snags. And I've just found a lovely spot up just to my right where fresh fallen trees gone down. So I use the notes function in my phone. I put in there exactly the number of wraps I'm doing, so it's 8 3/4 wraps down to there. I'm casting from the left hand side of the swim, which is really important to note that as well. And I put that all into my notes on my phone. So I'll quickly do that now, put that all in there. And then I've got that saved now, so if I catch a fish later, I can just quickly look at my phone and I know exactly the number of wraps, put it in there straight away first time without causing any more disturbance. So without any more delay, I'm going to get a rig onto this rod and get it down there as quickly as I can because it looks good for a bite.
Well, I'm just standing by my rods and a couple of blokes obviously fishing locked up, and yeah, into a carp. Actually run down quick, obviously wall back rod as well, because didn't really get any snags. Tried to sort of bow over off a little bit, but I've got him up on the surface now. Not a massive carp, but it'd be nice to get in there. And it's on Richie's bait as well. Yes! Come on! Richie! Well, I've just had to take my middle rod, the one I cast underneath the snag, tight to the overhang over there. It's actually just fishing locked up as well. Got a lovely little common in the net. So I'm just going to get the sling in the water. So you wet the sling up. I've unhooked the fish already. Just going to break the net down. Roll the net. Slide him in there. So, take them over and see if we can have a look. Right, I've just lifted my fish out onto the bank. Obviously got one on my mat. And what an absolute cracking little carp this is. So, water was absolutely freezing cold, but more than happy with that. That is as black as your rat. Get hold of his peck. Look at that. Absolute banger. Well happy with that. And cheers, Rich, for the bait, mate, because it's 1-0 to me on your baits. So you better get your game on. What is it, son?
£12.5, 12.5.
That's all right. I said about that, didn't I?
So we were just looking out across the lake and we noticed James was playing one. He's just landed a fish of some sort, and so we're 1-0 down. So I don't know what size it was, but he's definitely had something. Need to try and up our game and try and catch one soon before we get too far behind. I just had a little look along the right hand margin where I was looking earlier and put a little bit of crumb in. So does look good down there. There's a nice big sort of substantial snag. There's a little bit of a reed bed as well just around from it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly reel one of my rods in, make up a couple of little PVA sticks up, and I'm going to wander around there and just lower it in the edge, tight up against the snag, and just stand there for about 5 minutes. I think if there's any fish resident, then it'll happen pretty quickly. So let's get one of them rods in, see if we can make something happen quickly. So in the probably last 45 minutes, an hour, the weather's started to pick up again, so the wind speed's picking up, cloud cover's coming over, and it generally feels a little bit colder out there, out in the wind, so we've set the body up as well and tucked out of the wind a little bit and see what happens. But I can't imagine them fish would be that comfortable out there on the end of that cold wind, so I'm hoping it was just an odd fish what James picked up against the reeds, maybe a little resident fish, and hopefully the bulk of the stock's down here somewhere. But I've had a couple of liners on my right hand rod as well, so there's something about. It's just a case of hoping it comes along and picks my bait up before long.
Right, a couple of hours have passed now. I've just reeled this rod back in, just tied another bag up, but I'm still 12.5 pounds more than Richie boy at the moment, so that's all good. The cast this one back out. The pressure's on, Rich. You better up your game, mate, because it's time slipping away, mate. But get this one back out in the money, and and hopefully get another one in the bag. Fingers crossed. Right, rod's back out there now, back out underneath that snag spot, the one where I had the fish from. Fingers crossed that's going to do me another bite, because I need to get another one in the bag. Only one up on Rich, obviously. I've seen Rich over there actually shuffling around quite a bit, so I think he's a bit under pressure to, you know, it's meant to be a bit of a runs walk with this. But heat's on, Rich, come on son.
Fuck, it's just turned my body inside out.
Right, fish number 2 for me. Back out on that spot underneath that snaggy tree. Obviously casting them out is really tricky because the wind is absolutely banging in, but I was lucky, just come out a little bit low in the rain, managed to just punch that bag right in under that snag again, and yeah, look at this, absolute bar of gold. Well happy with this. Just a little bit lively though at the moment. Look at that. Not bad in absolutely biblical conditions, as they say. Another stong, well happy with that. Hopefully, where's yours, Rich? What you caught him, Rich? Oh yeah, this one's on another Richie Eyles pink special. Doing the damage. If we come around and see you soon, Rich, take your baits off you. But I'm going to run out. Just chuck this out. My hand rod. And look at the bob in it, just slowly going up and down. Dropped it in. I thought, no, it's nothing to got a nice little mirror on here. Oh, literally just put that rod back out. About what, 10 minutes? Got myself a nice little mirror. I've been caught a few times, the mouth ain't brilliant, but put a bit of treatment on it, it's flinching a bit. There we go, look at that. Lovely. Well happy with that. Number 3. 2 commons in the mirror. Weather's absolutely horrendous, but not complaining. I'm quite surprised the fish are actually on the wind, to be honest with you. It's only one rod doing the bites, but hopefully get it back out there again. Hopefully get another one. Let's get this one back. What are you doing, Rich? Well, I've just got another fish in the net. As you see, it's absolutely horrendous. 4 fish up now. I've had 3 commons, 1 mirror. Can't grumble at that. I don't think old Richie Eyles is doing so well though. I'm only really fishing 1 rod, but actually, tell a lie, I've only got 1 rod left out at the moment. I'm actually trying to get rod in the water now. So look, as you see down here, Can't complain of that on a absolutely horrendous day. Absolutely stunning fishing here though, really are nice fish, not massive fish, but very welcome when it's obviously winter times. So yeah, more than happy. Right, as you can see, it's absolutely horrendous conditions, chucking it down rain, there's no respite really, but still batting away getting the rods out. It's quite hard work with the PVA bags, but you know, I'm persevering with it at the moment. Like I said, not massive fishing here, but when the weather's like this, it's really cold. More than happy. I don't think the fish are very happy though. More than happy when they look like that. Absolute stunner. Stunning little common. This was caught in a like a IQ sort of D-rig, sort of tight to rushes and right hand rod. First spot I've had on this on that rod at the moment, so only got one rod in the water at the moment. So get this back out, put this back, tie some new rigs up, try and get my PVA bag back under that tree, and hopefully have some more to show you.
So it's been a slow afternoon for me. It's been absolutely chucking it down and nothing was happening. I decided in the middle of the storm we had to make a move down to the other end of the lake. James was telling me the fish were stacked up down there and I should get down there, so I got down there. All of his bites are coming from a big snag tree and the swim opposite him also fished into that water, so I thought I'll fish from the opposite bank as is and fish to the opposite side of the tree, which you couldn't access anyway. So I got in there, got my lines all clipped up, perfectly clipped, so it was landing right at the base of the tree. Got my bags all sorted out, and then the pain started because the first two bags ended up in the tree. I don't know how, because I've wrapped it up perfectly. I can only assume it is where there was a really strong tailwind and it just pushed me back into the tree line. But so I sorted out, tried to wrap it all back up again, and I literally had one nightmare after another. Kept losing leads in the tree where it kept going slightly too high, and after about an hour of trying, I decided to call it and go back to my other swim because I'd had enough and I couldn't put up with any more. Plus I didn't really want to keep bombing the area because James was fishing only sort of probably out 3 rod lengths away on the other side of the tree. So that's it for me at the moment. I'm back in my original swim, got my rods back on the spots, and let's see what happens, see what the evening and night brings. Right, well, it's come to the end of the match. It was a pretty hard trip for me. Even a move in the middle of the weather yesterday, which didn't pay off. I ended up moving back again, and it didn't result in any fish, so I blanked. And James here is the champion of this week's challenge.
Yeah, that's why I'm staying here smiling.
All the fish were definitely stacked up in his swim. It was like carp soup, so he done well, but fair play, good angling, mate.
Yeah, cheers for that. No, you fished well, Rich. You persisted, didn't you?
That's the way it goes sometimes,
Just
isn't it?
Close to my area, but I thought I'd let you. You'll see that.
Yeah, it's the way it goes some weeks. So yeah, but you had another one in the night as well.
Yeah, I had another one in the night. Just a little mirror, little dark mirror. Obviously, I was quite tired as well because I was sitting obviously in all the rain and wind yesterday, so it was a bit hard work. So I just done a little bit on my phone, slipped it back, and yeah. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Add some comments if anything you'd like us to cover in upcoming sort of vlogs. Any areas, topics we can cover for you. Put in the comments.
See you again soon.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.